Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's Montez from itsmontez.com. Thanks so much for tuning in. If you are just now tuning in to the show, you have probably read the title. I'm actually on the channel with Ohana Girls Guide to Life. He's also a YouTuber. I'm going to be sharing the screen with you momentarily so you all can see the YouTube channel that he has. And go over there, comment, subscribe, and see what he's going on in his world. It's awesome. I love what he has there. Again, we are live, so make sure you hit the chat box. Hit the chat. We're going to be just having an open discussion, kind of just talking about some of the things, and we kind of bring you up to speed about how we met and how we what we think and what's inside our heads and stuff like that. I think it would be very cool for you all to set in and watch on it. I'm pretty sure we're going to be talking about some nuggets. We're going to be dropping some wisdom. And yeah, so without further ado, Kiko, thank you so much for being on.
Yeah, no problem, Montez. We've known each other for 2 months, and I feel like we known each other for years. You know, right. This guy is the real deal, and I'm so grateful to be here. You know, so energized and so motivated, and how we can collaborate and do those kind of things. So I'll let you talk a little bit, ask me a couple questions, whatever you want to do, but we're just gonna flow with it today, right?
Yeah. Right. We go with an open flow. We're just really just trying to. Because I think we're looking at doing this more often than ever and things like that. So again, ladies and gentlemen, if you all have any questions inside the chat room, make sure you come inside and leave your questions. We'll make sure to answer them, or you could just join the conversation, because that's really what we're going to be having here. But anyway, tell us a little bit about your channel.
Great. Well, first of all, let me tell you a little bit about myself. You know, I just retired out of the Marine Corps. I did 26 years in the United States Marine Corps. I did 2 tours, one in Afghanistan and one in Iraq, and many other things, and did a lot of combat out there, and decided, you know, time is ready to move on to something else. And so I'm a stay-at-home dad now. Happy Ohana Yoga Dad, which is my channel. And that's my channel of kind of just helping those people out there that are struggling maybe with PTSD or mental illness, retiring out, or those that are still active duty. So that's kind of like my charity and kind of my therapy, okay, kind of channel that I do. I have a lot of good content out there, and a lot of things that I incorporated my daughters, which I have 2 daughters now. Well, I've had them for a little bit since they were 17 months old. Me and my wife couldn't have kids, so we actually decided to adopt, and we have 2 international adoptions. Our first was born and raised in Guatemala, and she's Veronica, and she's in Happy Ohana Yoga. Oh, happy? No, not happy. What's the name of it? Ohana Girls Guide to Life, man. And then my youngest is born in Ethiopia, and she's just a on fire girl, a lot of energy, and they love each other, you know. And it's amazing how, regardless of blood and regardless of birth moms and those kind of things, that they're sisters. They're definitely sisters. And that's the biggest thing about Ohana. So Kimo is my first name, and Kimo in Hawaiian means James, and James means super planter, and in Hawaiian, Kimo means one who plants seeds. So those are the kind of things that we're trying to do. We're trying to plant the seed. We're trying to make a difference in this world. Yes, the money will come and those kind of things. I know everyone's discouraged about the 4,000 hours of watch time and the 1,000 subscribers. And I think this is the time to actually do it. You know, I think, really be honest with you, you know, when YouTube was established, I think it was good, and it was the wild, wild west. Now it's becoming more corporate. And I think there's a lot of money to be made, not just from ad revenue, from other avenues. If you are just looking at ad revenue from YouTube, I think you're looking at the wrong thing. So, but Montez actually reached out to us, because if you didn't know, Montez is actually adopted there. And it kind of brought us together. And I strongly believe that there's no coincidences in life. And when I saw one of his interviews with, what's her name? I can't remember her name. Montez. What's her name?
Susan Bardancini Mo, possibly.
Yeah. Yes. And when I saw that first interview, I go, this is a very intelligent person. And then I watched more and more of his videos, and then watched those little nuggets. And you know, he has videos out there that are hour long, and I would listen to it. You know, there's Mr. Fifth and all these other people, and doing things, genres that, you know, that I'm not doing it, or my niche market's not doing, but there was wisdom there. And I think there's a lot of value added. So if you're really skipping through these videos and you're just not really listening, you know, that's cool. You know, if you just want to get the subscriptions and you're just kind of going through and watching 30 seconds and then you're hitting the like button and say great video and moving on, I think you're doing yourself a disservice. And there's certain channels out there that, yes, you're just going to skip over, you know, because they're doing the same things. You know, Montez is a stay-at-home dad. You probably don't know that. You don't see the kids running around and stuff like that. So he's hustling, doing his thing and stuff like that. But, you know, hats off to him, you know, and that's why I think we get along very well, because we're both stay-at-home dads, but we have the entrepreneur spirit out there. Right. And, you know, and we see things for what's of great value. And we see a lot of channels out there and a lot of talent out there, but you could be the most talented person out there and still not make any money. And it's all about marketing. It's all about making relationships. And I think that's where people fail. So I came back from Okinawa, Japan 7 months ago. I was stationed there for 2 years. And what I've learned through my experience is that in the Asian world, in China, Japan, they make relationships for long periods of time. Before they even start any business at all, they will be giving gifts. They will be sending letters. They won't even talk about business. And that's kind of what drew me to Montez. You know, he made comments on there. You know, he was watching, because I could tell he goes like, he would bring up things that were actually happening in my video. Okay. And I go like, wow, he's really watching my content, you know, and that makes you good, you know, and you look at your content, and we're our worst critics sometimes, because sometimes we want the best, you know, we want to be Steven Spielberg out there.
With Fatima, thank you so much for tuning in. We're doing quite well.
Who's out there?
Kitchen with Fatima is on.
Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, if you got anything to say, you know, bring it up. You know, we really want to talk to you.
I love her channel. She's cooking on there all the time, and that's really cool. She makes the she makes the best like desserts that you've ever seen. I swear, like if I was her like son and I had to go to college, I would like really miss her cooking. He says,
and for stay-at-home dads, cooking is essential, right?
Right.
I mean, it's essential, man. Like, I'm looking at the screen over here because I got two screens going on. So if I look over here, it's not that I'm looking away from you and stuff like that. I apologize.
I'm actually from Kentucky, and Chemo's from he's not from.
I'm from Washington State, actually, originally.
Yeah, but he's in California, right?
Yeah, California, Southern California, you know. So he's enjoying it. Actually, at one time in 2000, what was it? No, it was 1998. I lived in Kentucky. So what were you doing in 1998, Montez?
1998.
Were you even born then?
Yeah, I was born in 89, 98. I guess I was probably getting adopted. I was probably getting adopted. Either that or I was like in the adoption houses, I'd say. Yeah. Hey, do you remember being young? What's the youngest thing you really remember?
I remember, and this is kind of weird. So like I do have a memory. I feel like I remembered when my parents were married and I wasn't even born yet. And that's kind of weird. Like I have this vision in my mind that, and I believe in, you know, in God and, in life, you know, that we're destined to be with who we need to be and stuff like that for growth here on the earth. But I remember my dad. My dad was a great influence in my life. He did many things to help me be who I am, and gave me the skill set to be actually on here and communicate with people and actually do the things, the work ethics. And I remember my dad, they built a house. We didn't have a lot of money. My parents are, pretty well off now because they worked hard, and I saw them work hard. They built a house. It was back in the day before AutoCAD, where they actually, build houses on computer and those kind of things. And then you have to get it licensed and, have to have a licensed person do it. My dad built his own house. He drew the house out. So he drew it out and that kind of stuff. And it was going to be a 3-story house, which is kind of ridiculous. They went from an apartment to
the white Tupac's in. He said,
"Oh yeah,
oh."
Hey, hopefully we didn't cut. Hopefully we didn't. He was going live too while we were going live, so we needed to hit him up too.
Yeah,
he's an interesting guy.
Maybe he'll come on. Like if we could. I mean, if you didn't mind, do you mind?
No, let him jump on, man. Let him jump. Anyone that wants to jump on, let's let them jump on, man. Let's just have a conversation here, And let's self-promote each other, and talk about things. And just be real, and that's what I think people want to see, and this collaboration that we need to do. So why they come on and stuff like that. So my dad built a house, and I remember I'm trying not to make a long story. While he was building it, he gave me a hammer, and I didn't know what to do. I was like probably in diapers and stuff like that at that time, and just really young. And I just remember he just taught me by showing me, and he had so much patience. And he teaches now at a community college. He did 30 years in ADT, which is a burglar alarms, fire alarm systems, and actually teaches surveillance systems and that kind of stuff, and changes a lot of people's life. So he was a great example to me.
Oh man, I've never had a dad, so I don't really know like that was like. But I'll tell you what, my mom was a real big staple in my life. She just really really put me into the point to where I'd understand right from wrong, or the reasons of hard work. Punishments for me weren't like your typical, I'm going to take this away from you or something like that. It was literally like, it was like mom, she was like, you're gonna shovel horse poop, or you're going to like mow the lawn, or or like pitch hay, or like for like the summer school would be out, and we would actually, that would be I'd get in trouble still, but she would be like, hold it till the summer, and then I'd still get punished during the summer for like what I did a long time ago, and she'd be like, it's summer now, so son, you're gonna actually go work on the farm, and then it'd be like, okay. And then later on I get paid for it. So it was pretty funny, but that's about what I can remember growing up. It's like the punishments and how they kind of really structured it to well, I mean, I guess back then I wouldn't have really, because right now, I work so much on the computer. I'm doing this computer thing.
Right.
But I actually do go outside and go do these other things, but I don't think if I wouldn't had kind of been grown up in this kind of lifestyle, I wouldn't have so much interest with things outside.
Yeah. And I think that I can really relate with that. My mother was a very hard worker. I mean, she weighed 105 pounds and pick up 2-man rocks and stuff like that. And like, we would be running away from my mom because she would be working us. We'd just go out in the woods and go play in Washington State, just go like, okay, Mom, we're good. We got it all done, after her slaving away. But she was just a hard worker and very intense. And, and that's the thing. I think, my dad was the caring teacher, and my mom was the showing me the good work ethics. And, I'm so grateful for them, and a lot of times I remember my father teaching me how to do public speaking. He would invite people over to my house, and he would give me a subject matter, and I would have to talk 15 to 20 minutes. And so Dale Carnegie was big into public speaking, because the number one fear that people have usually is public speaking in the world. And it's one of those things, the most intelligent person and those kind of things. And it takes a lot of guts to get on live like this, you know.
Well, you know, that's another thing too, is like,
yeah,
people really don't like, if you're getting online and doing the live thing, that's you really have taken the hardest step that you're ever going to take if you're going to try to like.
Yeah, you can't edit this, man. You know what I'm saying?
And you mess up. You know, you crash your car. You know, but I think that's what builds your character, though. And I think this is the same for like situations or problems that you have in life. I think that's what builds your character. That's what allows you to. Well, if you don't make mistakes, then how else will you learn? You know, and I think that's where I really think that being able to connect online and doing these lives here and what you're doing, we're gonna, you know, and we kind of like collaborate, networking all together, getting these ideas together can bring into something that you never had. So like when you were talking about that 4,000 hours and a 1,000 subscribers, yeah, man, that stays. I'm actually done.
Hey, he's almost there, man. He's proof. Hey, if you don't believe it, you could check it on TubeBuddy, man.
I woke
look at his stuff. He's there.
I woke up this morning and I finally I'm there now. So, but I can speak on this. I can say that like it's not at the time I was very, it was depressing. I was like, man, you know, but I don't think that if you're looking for the ad revenue off of like, you know, YouTube, and that's all you're thinking of, I think that
you quit today, man.
Yeah.
You're doing it for the wrong reason, man.
Definitely. You got to, because look, the more money that most of the money that I end up making isn't through what I'm streaming or what people are watching. It's the relationships that I build, the clients that come through the relationships. And I think that people are dropping the ball when they're thinking that, you know, I got to get paid from YouTube, but that's not if that's the only way, then, you know, you're cutting your foot off. You know, you can't.
Yeah. So there's actually a study in Germany that was done on American YouTube, right? And most people that have 1 million subscribers and all these watch time were making an average of $16,000 a year. That's less than a school teacher gets paid a year, you know, and it's a lot of hustle, you know, like it takes a lot. You know, you're working all these social medias, you're working your Instagrams, you're working your tweets, you're working all these different platforms just to promote yourself. And that's the thing. There's a lot of money to be found, but the thing about it is everyone wants the grand slam. You know, they look at the Paul Logans out there, you know, the 22-year-old kid that has a $6 million thing. He could post, you know, like dead people in Japan and still get away with it and stuff like that. But he's selling merchandise. He's selling stuff. You know, he's not making money from the ad revenue. The ad revenue is just keeping the oil. It's just keeping the oil going, oil in the machine. You know what I'm saying? The ad revenue is just the oil. Everything else, you need to look, where is the money? You know, where are these successful people making money? You know, are they working the affiliate marketing? Are they working the Amazon? Are they working the, you know, the different things of merchandise later on? You know, are they feeding them into another website that they have stuff that they're doing? Are they giving services? You know, and go ahead. I'm sorry.
Like it's not. It starts here, but it goes somewhere else.
Right.
You know, you're gonna find that the individual. It may appear that this is the main thing that they want you to see, but you're going to find out sooner or later that there's another entity in what they do. It's just how it is, you know?
Yeah. It's like the Wizard of Oz, man. You gotta look behind the curtain and see really where it's going. Cause you go like, well, they're doing it for a reason, you know, cause all these YouTubers like, oh, we do it cause it's passion. It's our love and stuff like that. And I think it's true to a point. I think your PewDiePies out there and all that kind of stuff, I think they did start enjoying it. And then, you know, and then the money started getting into it and they realized how to make money because people are coming to them. I believe if you build it, they will come. Okay. You build good content. That's important. I mean, it is important, you know, good content, but building relationships is just as important. So if you're going around on YouTube and you're making comments and you're just saying the same generic things, sub me and I'll sub you back, you're not going anywhere. You're never going to make it in this life. You know what I'm saying? Because it's all about me, 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 me. And they know it. They see through that. You know what I'm saying? You know, like just because they sub to you doesn't mean they're watching your content. You know, you get paid. You could have no subscribers, and if you got view time, you're getting paid. Okay, you're going to get paid. They don't care how many subscribers you have. They want to know how much watch time is, how much commercials they can put on there, how much money Google's going to make. You know what I'm saying? Google's going to make their money, you know, and they're going to feed those that are making the money. Okay, and then you use them to understand how can I make money other ways. Okay. And then you got a lot of people now, they're jumping on the bandwagon of how can I help people be successful on here? So those who can't do teach. Okay. I mean, they do, you know, like I would look at them and say, are they really doing it? Or are they telling me how to do it? All these self-help books and crap like that out there, you know, is that real? Or are they just trying to make money off of me? And you gotta wonder that, you know, are they the real deal? And if they're not the real deal, then, you know, you need to move on. You could tell, you know, and a lot of them are like the most like hit things on YouTube now is how do you make a YouTube channel? How do you get 1,000 subscribers? Everyone's jumping on the bandwagon. You know, Montez, he's a soccer dad. So he basically, his girls play soccer and he plays soccer with them. He's a great dad. And I coached soccer at one time. I'm not Pele. If you don't know who Pele is, you're probably too young. Okay, or Beckham. Okay, but he understands that. Yeah. He doesn't know who I'm talking about, Pele, but that's okay. So the greatest soccer player that ever lived. And if you know who Pele is, man, you need to speak up on the comments, man. But anyway, what happens with these kids? They're playing soccer, man. You know, like you put them in their positions and stuff like that, and you teach them like how to work as a team. But regardless of that, they're gonna follow the ball. They're like little ducks, man. You know, little ducks that are following the breadcrumbs and stuff like that. And it's funny to watch. And you see it on YouTube. Everyone's doing the same thing. Okay. And it's cool to do the same thing, but package it up in a different way, man. Be your own thing. You know, like how can you do it differently? And how can you bring value to people? If you're not bringing value to people and you don't want to watch it yourself, you know, then you probably need to rethink, is this the right platform for you? Or do you just want that 9-to-5 job and grind it out? And we need people to make Big Macs out there, man. You know, like we need that. You know, like it's important, you know, to have my Big Mac going on, man. Especially those, you see those big Big Macs they have now, man. They make them big now.
I haven't had a Big Mac in a while.
He's a vegan now, man. He's a vegan. You should go out to California. I should go to Kentucky, man.
I've been working on not eating as much meat, and you know I still do the chicken and stuff like that. But I think it's awesome that you know, again, looking into the situation of how, you know, the bandwagon jumpers, the people that jump onto the bandwagon. That's probably, I mean, this sounds so cliche, but when that happens, you're at the best opportunity that you could be at, because then you can actually start curating something that's totally off the wall, because everyone's so focused on this, and you can actually take, because a lot of these things, it's just more or less of who said most of it or who's done more of it. You know, it all comes down to it. I mean, if you really wanted to go, you know, looking at these reaction videos, it's blowing my mind. I watched this girl do a reaction video, and I know that a reaction video for 3 minutes, you know, or whatever, and she has these back to back waiting to drop on YouTube, and all she's doing is just watching, and so, but she's creating value, and you ask, how is she creating value? Well, the creator of the movie or whoever made the movie is going to come back and say, oh, how many people liked it, and what, you know, they're getting. It's like Nielsen's rating on TV. They get to find out what you really thought about it with their reactions, or putting content on top of the content,
and they're influencing, man, and that's where they're going towards. You know, we are a commercial, man. YouTube is a commercial. It is a promoting, marketing tool. You know, it is here to make money, right? You know, and if you're,
Mordecom says she can't come on live today, but when can we have our next live? When do you want to do the next one? And
we could do one tomorrow, man. Let's roll it. How's your schedule? My schedule. I mean, I'm a stay-at-home dad, man. That's retired. So
like, I'm not retired, but
I'm not retired either. We transition and stuff like that, and we love to do it. Like, let's hit one on Friday, man. Let's give them a little bit of time. Anyone that wants to join us and just be real.
Can you do Friday? That'd be cool, right? If you could do Friday, and then the White Tupac, if you can do Friday, that's cool.
Yeah, you're crazy, dog. I saw a little bit of your stuff. You're crazy. I love you, man. You're out of, anyone that calls him White Tupac, man, that's awesome, man. Yeah, but Tupac's not dead anyway, so so he's still making albums, so
that's what they said. They said he's not dead, but I don't know. There's a whole Illuminati thing. Hey, one guy we could get Rashiva on one time, see what he's doing.
Yeah, that'd be cool. And the biggest thing is look at Warren Buffett, right? Because you were saying that people like follow the herd, right? Warren Buffett doesn't follow the herd, right? He goes, when the stock market is hot, that's when he's bearish. Okay. And then when the stock market's not hot, that's when he's bullish. 2008, when it crashed and stuff like that, he was going, it's on sale, man. He buys companies. Now what he's buying, now look at Berkshire and Hathaway. They're buying real estate. They have a real estate agency now. Now he's buying houses and stuff like that. You got to buy tangible items that are worth value.
I'm gonna tell you what. One thing I would like to buy right now at this moment would probably be a big freight, and that I could send over like these. And then I would also buy. I would buy a whole bunch of water purifiers, because I think water is now going to be pretty much.
That's the blue gold, man. Yeah. Water's the blue gold. If you ever watch the movie the Big Short, it talks about the housing crisis and talks about the collapse of the stock market, which I think there's going to be another collapse, because based off of the baby boomers have to pull their money out. So I'm ready for that, because when blood's on the ground, that's where you make your money. When I got that email from Happy Ohana Yoga Day, because I had like the 10,000 views and all that kind of stuff, that when you start making the revenue and stuff like that, and and making the little change and stuff there. But when I got that email saying that they weren't going to monetize me because of the other thing, and I'm not even working that channel right now. It's a great channel. You can look at it. There's a lot of things on it, so go ahead and check it out. But anyway, when I got that email, I was so happy, because I knew that there was people on the ledge. Not literally. I don't want people to be sad and stuff like that. But I knew there's people on the ledge going like, my YouTube dreams are down. I'm done, dude. And I'm going like, I am gonna make so much money now. You know what I'm saying? That is more money for me. And I'm going like, give it up, man, and follow the herd. Follow the herd. And you know what? There's enough money for all of us to make money. You know what I'm saying? Like, I am not greedy. I'm going to show you what I do, but can you do what I do? You know what I'm saying? Can you do what Montez does? He's the man, like this relationship is kind of like, the Warren Buffett / Bill Gates. And I don't know which one's which, because age has nothing to do with it, because he's probably like 20 years younger than I am, but that's cool, but still, that having a relationship with people you trust, they always say never do business with your friends. And I disagree with that crap. I think that's the old mentality, and that's the corporate rule. But we're not corporate people here. You don't see me wearing a shirt. I got a Vans shirt on.
I will never ever again. Like, I've always been quick to hopping into things and stuff, but I think now more or less of like, I really believe that I need to have some kind of rapport, and it needs to be a bit like and it's not that I want to benefit off of someone, but it has to be something that's going to at least like friendship needs to be a mutual friendship. And the thing is there's a lot of friendships out there that you are going to make, or you're going to run into people that just don't really have your best intentions in mind. Not that they don't want to help sometimes or even half the time. It's just that like, and again, it becomes a stumbling block, and trying not to be a stumbling block or running into stumbling blocks can be quite difficult if you're doing it by yourself. And that's where I'm fortunate to, and again, I'm so happy that I was, if I would not had commented, I would not have been able to build this relationship. And I think that these relationships that you go find, and you like, it sounds funny, but you can go find your best friend. You just got to go find someone that's like you. Go to where those people are at that are like you, and you're going to have a friend in there. You know what I'm saying?
And a true friend's not going to always agree with it. There's some things I disagree with Montez. I totally disagree. Yeah. You know, there's certain things about cell phones where he just doesn't get it. He wants to have this old phone and stuff like that. I don't get it. I don't understand it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he's 20 years younger than me. You know, you think he'd be jumping on the bandwagon of like every new iPhone that's coming out, but he's not. But he's, you know, he's going to die on that hill, and I'm going to prove him wrong on that. But it's okay.
Like they'll like kill your brain. It's like making you dumber every time you like I tell you what, if you
I agree with that.
Get the old the one that will that you spin on the Rolodex. If you were to get one of those, I'm guaranteeing you, there's a lot of people in this world today that are not going to know how to use it. They're going to be like, what do I do? You know, and then pretty soon this phone
and
here.
I don't miss it, brother.
This phone here, you have to literally press the button to make it work, and you would be surprised.
Hey, the Smithsonian wants their phone back, bro. The Smithsonian wants their phone back.
Who?
The Smithsonian Museum wants their phone back.
Yeah, well, I know that's what I'm saying.
He didn't get it, man. He didn't get it. That's okay.
I have to have the. Like,
he doesn't want noise of other things bothering him because he's so focused on the grind and what he's doing. I get what I get it.
And then you'll just be on your cell phone, just scroll.
Yeah.
Have you ever just picked up your cell phone and just it's ringing?
Okay. So let me take my cell phone right here. Okay, so this thing is a tool. That's all it is. That's all it is.
Yeah, but
like, I don't pick up the phone. I like if people call me, they can leave a message and stuff like that. If my wife calls me, I'll pick up. If I I'll talk to her for 1 second. If it's really important, she'll tell me. If not, they'll say, I'm busy at this time. Can I call you back? But look at this. You know, I can see how many people are notifications. So I got 23 notifications right now just from being on this channel right here. This didn't revenue, but it's from making those relationships, you know, talking to who your niche market is and who the customer is, because we think the customer is us. It's the viewers out there. You know, it's those people not having channels out there watching. You know, that watching. You know, our content and really interested in our life and things that we do. You know, my dad. You know, he's 75 years old. He loves YouTube. He watches this guy that raises chickens. And my dad would never raise chickens, you know, but he enjoys it. He enjoys watching these families that travel around in these buses and on these things because he can't do it, but he loves it for what they're doing and stuff like that. You know, and that's value added to my dad. Value added. And my dad's in a wheelchair. He can't go do that kind of stuff, but he enjoys watching it. Go ahead.
I'll watch it because it's all about knowledge, you know, for me. So.
You know, and knowledge is one of those things. But like I said, you don't always have to agree with everyone. You know what I'm saying? And there's things that we discuss on a daily basis that we're like, well, how do we look at this a little bit differently? You know, and that's what brings value to this community. You know, we need to hear from everyone so we can say, not just build our channel. You know what I'm saying? You know, if you build it, they'll come. You know, it'll happen. You know, yada yada yada. But really be honest with you so we can learn knowledge from each other. But knowledge is not power. Applied knowledge is power. So you got to apply these things to your life. And some things don't work, man, for you. You know, it just doesn't work, you know? Like, yeah, I tried it and it just doesn't work, you know? Or maybe you just need to tweak it another way. You know, you take a compass, for instance. If you take a compass and you try to navigate yourself, you know, before GPSs, there was these things called compasses, right? And he laughs. So anyway, you know, like you could say, okay, I'm going to go this many degrees because there's degrees on there and stuff like that. And it points there. And you could be off like just 3 degrees or 1 degree. And then you keep on going and going on that path. You're going to be further and further away from the objective. And that's where I think where we police our own. You know, we come out here and we say, dude, try this, man. You know, and I see the value. And sometimes it's hard for us to be as creators to let people into our world because we want to do it all behind closed doors, you know what I'm saying? And we got all these bright ideas coming in and we got some great content, you know, and we work hours and hours and thinking about it. But a lot of times we're so close to our projects or close to our marketing that we're so in love with our process, you know. And sometimes we've got to do a hybrid approach. You go like, well, there's value added there because I understand that, and maybe putting 2 things together, you know, and that's where we compromise, you know, and that's where I think there's certain things. You'll never compromise about this thing, you know, but it's my goal. It is my goal today. What is today, man? I don't even know what today is.
Today's Tuesday.
What?
March the 6th.
March the 6th. Okay. Quote me on this. He will own one of these someday, man. He will own one of these. I will guarantee you. Even if I have to buy him one, he's going to own it.
Don't get me wrong. Like, cell phones have their power. And my wife, she has a cell phone. And sometimes I do.
And that's why she's smart.
I every now and again, I get on it and I'll fool with it a little bit. And
right.
I'm always sharing. But as far as, like, I just think that I'd rather learn the computer. Like that's just, but now sometimes do I want a cell phone? Yes, but then sometimes I don't because when I'm working, I don't want no one calling me. Like whenever I'm doing my film, I don't, you know, like, but I don't know. That's just me, nor here nor there. But as far
you're a purist anyway. He doesn't want to use this as a camera. I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like
well, if you have that, if you can use,
yes, you need to use this. If this is all you have, you can run a channel off this. Yeah, I see some of these because I got a younger market, and probably in a minute or so, Montez is probably going to spin us into into my channel and stuff. We could talk about it and stuff like that. He's going to show us actually this Google Hangout. If you're not using this and you're not like going on to the screen and sharing the screen and showing things around there and talking through it, I think you're missing an opportunity.
Well, see, I've seen some people, they would take this, they kind of like start showing and broadcasting the new news that's going on or something like that. You know, you could actually on time put it on there. So I'm gonna pull up the Ohana guy. Did you want to do this channel or did you want to do
no, let's go to the girls channel because that's my passion. Like I said, but let's go through the playlist real quick on my channel real quick. So we'll go to Ohana Dad first. So this is my, like, if you go right here, Ohana Dad. So this was my first, and I'm looking at the screen, sorry. So hopefully you don't mind. And sometimes you just look at the screen anyway. So anyway, so if you go through this, you know, the videos, if you look at the playlist and the stuff like that. So what I did was after the Las Vegas shooting, I was so ticked off, you know, and like I said, I fought for this country for 26 years and 70 combat missions and did some crazy things that you'll probably hear about later on, and not today, but maybe later on. But I was trying to do, because there was 59 people that died that day. And there was more people that, you know, like were traumatized because of their family members and loved ones. And I was trying to do 59 days of vlogging or doing some act of service out there to help people get through this, to honor them, that that were just having a good time, listening to music that they loved, country music at that time. And, and it just bothered me, and just because I don't wear the uniform doesn't mean that I can't be of service. So this channel really was to gear towards people that are struggling with PTSD and with mental illness and those that are in the military. But it kind of, in my journey of transitioning to be a stay-at-home dad and evolving the channel. So the idea was always to have my girls to have a channel. So this was my lab, if you call it, my lab. So Ohana Girls Guide to Life that's really my passion with my girls. We started a couple months ago, and organically, we didn't buy subscribers, but we made relationships. And I never got on there and said, hey, if you sub with me, sub back. I never said, watch my stuff, and those kind of things, because I wanted to really build people up. Because, I went to knowing who your demographics are is a game changer. So you got to say, who's going to watch this? Okay. And really, do I want people from other channels that are doing the same thing for their girls to watch it? Yeah, I do. Because those are people I'm going to be collaborating with later on. And those are the people I'm going to be picking ideas from. Okay. But I'm also looking at those kids that have their cell phones and they have tons of time to be watching these things. But I know all the Paul Logans out there and all those kind of things are giving them a bunch of crap. Okay. And that was not what I wanted to do. I wanted to plant that seed. I have beautiful girls that want to make a difference in this world. And it's not about making money, though I feel like we will make money, but it's about making a difference in this life. If you look at the comments of some of these kids out there, they're just wanting attention and they just want to be a part of a family. And that's what we're trying to do, regardless of who they are, regardless if they have any subscribers at all, regardless of if they have one video and the video shaking. We're out there to support each other and show each other how to do it. So
I'd like to take the time to show the slime video.
Okay, yeah, let's do that slime battle. So what the idea between that was I'll let you run with it, Montez. So you're gonna have to kick it back a little bit because you've been watching it. You didn't watch the whole thing, man. What's up with that, dude?
I've watched it like 5 or 6 times actually.
Okay. Okay, cool.
I've been going down through.
I'm just kidding. I'm just joking with you, man. I know you did.
I've been down in this section.
And look, and I want you to look at these comments too. So we'll watch the video, and then let's talk about the process of these comments, okay? And how I look at comments, if you don't mind.
Well, you want to save that for later?
Yeah, let's save that for later. But let's watch the thing. It's a Montez show, not the chemo show. I'm sorry.
All right. Here's the video, ladies and gentlemen. I do hope you can enjoy it.
Ignition. Liftoff.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you all enjoyed that video. Again, if you're looking to collaborate, make sure you go to that channel if you're looking to collaborate with someone that's looking to do slime battles, because this is pretty cool, something new. I haven't seen a whole lot of it. And so,
what are you doing?
all right.
See, he watches the channel all the time. So like he's at least been watching the channel. And you know what? We really do have to give a shout out to his girls. His girls just started a channel out and stuff like that. His best videos, to be honest with you, is not what he does, unfortunately. It's his girls. That's his love. And he's a good dad, like I said. You know, check their channel out too. If you put that in the link too, so that would be great. And we'll talk about that. And you know, we are going to be doing some collaboration with the girls. I think we're going to be doing a slime battle this month, right?
Yeah, this month. So that should be real fun. That should be
so it should be real fun and stuff like that. And like these kids all around the world are doing these things. You know, they're reaching out. If you watch some of their videos, they're using iPhones and stuff like that, and they're doing their own slime things. And I'm kind of tired of seeing 30-year-olds or 40-year-olds making slime out there and making money off these kids. You know, there's on Etsy, they're selling slime for like $100 for like an 8-ounce thing. $100 for slime. You know, and I don't know what the difference between, you know, professional slime and the DIY slime that you make at home. But I'm going to find out. You know, I'm going to find out. This is the journey that we're going on. We're doing other things. We're not going to just be the slime battle people, but that's kind of where we're starting now to build the tribe and build the Ohana. You know, and get these kids to have a good family value place that they can go to, that the comments they're not bullying each other. And that's the biggest thing. I think is if you do have a kids channel, you need to spend a lot of time in the comments, but that's a good thing. I think any channel, you need to spend time in the comments. You need to spend, I think 85% of your time should be in the comments, you know, and then the 15% of it should be creating and doing other things. You know, the creating portion is, because me and Montez, we talked about it yesterday, you know, we would love being running around the woods, you know, of Kentucky and making Cowboy Monty. And if you never seen Cowboy Monty at all, you need to go check it out right now. Actually, no, don't check it out right now because you miss out on the things, duh, okay? But you need to, see, put that plug in, right? I don't do it like you, but I'm trying. So, but
you did pretty well.
So, but anyway, you know, like you need to watch Cowboy Monty. There's gonna be more of Cowboy Monty out there, and you know, and there's gonna be some surprises there. You know, and you know, we got some big things for Cowboy Monty. We got some big things going on for our girls' channel. So if you got kids out there and you say, you know what, they would be cute and have a channel and stuff like that, just do it. You know, just do it. You know,
and then after you do it, connect. Because then we're going to might as well take this and help people. Because I mean, I don't got all the keys. Kimo don't got all the keys, but I think that whenever we all join together and we collaborate with ideas, and we're gonna get some keys to unlock something. We're not gonna be, you know.
Yeah, and I'm tired of watching these big channels out there. You know what I'm saying? They got their little mafia thing going on, you know, and they're all these, no offense, these perfect white kids, you know, that are energetic, you know, and I'm not against white people, okay, but it just seems like they're the same look and stuff like that, and there's money behind it. You know, there's money behind that, and whatever forces to be, you know, their parents had money and those kind of things. And even those channels are asking for the kids to buy merchandise. They're asking for money to fund some of their video, and they have businesses running. And I think that's shameful. You know, like I think we're taking advantage of people, like and there's no value added. And I think there's a lot of money for us to make. Everyone can be making money, but this is the future generation of kids, and I think we need to make a difference. I spent 26 years fighting for that kind of thought process. Now I'm actually putting action in the community, you know. But the most important thing is take care of our home. you know, and that's why I tell Montez all the time, you know, like he's working. And when I first like was listening to his channel, because like I love just watching Montez by listening to him. So sometimes I don't even listen to his or watch his interviews. I listen to his interviews and what he says. And people say things, you know, it's interesting how they said. And he was saying, well, I get up at 7 o'clock and I'm done at 10 o'clock. And I go, well, what time does that give you to spend time with your family? You know, and a lot of times we lie to ourselves and say, oh, okay, we're going to do our own thing, do our own grind. And then someday we'll have that time. And what happens is your kids grow up and you never had that time. I mean, I lied to myself for 26 years doing that. And, you know, and I've lost out on a lot of things. And, you know, and now I'm posting once a week. I may be doing 3 or 4. I'm always doing a little bit here or there. But, you know, I'm also trying to be mindfully in the moment with my children, you know, because they are my legacy. You know, regardless, you could put the nicest things on my tombstone. I talked to Montez about that. You put the nicest thing, say this great father, great husband, blah, blah, blah. That shit does not mean anything to me. But if my kids go out there, my grandkids go out there someday, I don't have grandchildren, but someday I will. And they're good people and they're good citizens and they're good to the world and they're tolerant and they're making a difference, you know, and making a little bit of money on the side. Okay. And working because they want to work, not working because they have to work. And let me say that one more time. Working because you want to work, not because you have to work. And you're not being burnt out and you have that passion, you know. If you're not passionate about what you're doing, then you need to really rethink what you're doing.
And again, I think it's hard to jump out on that limb of faith. And I've had some cards that were dealt to me that I didn't feel were very fair, but then, you know, it was through the card dealing and learning how to deal or how to shape something out of the cards that were dealt. You know, you get putty, you need to find some way to make it into a shape or an object or something to play with. You know, so that's just how it is.
Or slime.
You know, or slime. Yeah, or slime. You got to find some. And it's really literally filling around in the dark. And then you'll find someone that's going to light the road for you. But then also just as the same as you find someone that's going to light the road, you need to know that at some point in time, that you're going to either overbear that light or you're going to get all the light from it that you can. So you're going to need to learn to break relationship and move on to the next thing. You can't fall in love with it.
No, yeah. And that doesn't mean when you break a relationship doesn't mean that that relationship may not be something later on. You plant that seed, but there's a time and season for everything. You know, like they talk about that in the scriptures. You know, whether you're religious or not. You know, there's a time and season. You know, and you know I believe that sometimes it's just not time to grow. Just like if you watch the Cowboy Monty, the ginseng. You know, with his friend dig up the root, but they're showing during a time that's not a season. So it's the summer months, right?
Right.
The summer months that's in season. And, you know, and sometimes that's the problem. We want the direct results now. You know, we need to be more like the Asian people that are willing to have patience. And patience is not a virtue that the United States is really good at. You know, like we want the thing now, but you got to have vision. You know, and you got to have a lot of things in the fire. You know what I'm saying? You know, like you have to have it spread out. You know, look at Warren Buffett. He looks like he's got one niche, but he doesn't really. He has a whole bunch of different companies that do different things. You know, it's a holding company that basically has, you know, insurance, has candy, has, you know, like furniture, has all these kind of things. And that's the reason why I haven't checked it lately. I mean, when it went from in the 80s to a couple $1,000s a share to a couple $100,000 a share, you know, he's doing something right. You know what I'm saying? You know, and those things could be duplicated, you know. And I you know, Buffett's kind of like Montez. Montez is kind of like Buffett in some way. He doesn't like to be distracted. Montez, you know, lives in Kentucky, you know, And Buffett lives in Omaha, Nebraska, and he lives 5 minutes from his work, but he enjoys what he does. And he goes there. He doesn't even get on the computer. Okay. So he's more Amish than Montez is. And no offense to Amish people. We love you, like we love you. So it's not, you understand, no technology. Okay. That's what I should have said. I should have been more PC. Sometimes I'm not PC because I'm just got out of the Marine Corps.
Oh, yeah, but I mean, I love the raw. And I think that's other people like you.
Go ahead.
You got to understand that, like, your personality is you. Don't ever change that. Don't take it.
Yes.
And you're going to do the best that there is. I mean, it's just no one else can be you better than you can. And if you just take time to do that, you'll watch it just flourish, Yeah.
Yeah. And I think you surround yourself with good people, So like I said, back to Warren Buffett, and this parallels with each other. We kind of parallel with each other. We don't script any of this stuff. This is not scripted. This is just something. This is not scripted. Like, we don't script anything.
Literally,
this is.
What are you doing? And
we're talking about how's the kids, like that, and then we go off on tangents and stuff like that. But Warren Buffett, he's got a 5-minute travel to his work. He spends 6 hours of reading a day. He doesn't shoot emails out. He has people that work for him, and people that work for him, are so loyal. And he still rents the place that he has to do his work. And he's got this colleague that is ancient but very, older, wiser. Let's call it wiser gentleman, Unger, and he's very intelligent, and they work together, and they collaborate with each other, and they see value in things. So if you look at Montez, like, he found out that you can make money off of selling a rock. Okay. So a lot of people would just pass a rock by. They look at a rock and say, oh, this is a rock, it may be beautiful and that kind of stuff. It's, it's there, but it's just a rock. But if we take that rock and we give it to someone that wants to, a landscaper that wants to sell it to someone else, that those $1 million homes, to put in there to do the landscaping, now that rock has value, what I'm saying? And Montez sees that. And a lot of you guys are rocks, okay? No offense. Like, that's not to mean that you're stupid, like you have no brains. But you have value added to you. If we look at ginseng, there's value added to it. If you got bloodroot, and if you don't know what bloodroot is, then you haven't been watching Cowboy Monty, man. Like, you're missing out. You want to be entertained and taught at the same time? Oh my goodness, Cowboy Monty, man. And there's going to be some big things on him. But like, just looking at that and seeing value and seeing vision. So I know Montez is reading, you're listening to, at least, to Think and Grow Rich, right?
Think and Grow Rich. I'm at like 3 hours and 30 minutes or something.
Yeah. Can you talk a little bit about that?
I think Think and Grow Rich is really, it's repetitive. It's like anything else. I think if you say something enough times, or you do something enough times, you'll eventually conjure up.
It'll manifest itself too.
Exactly.
It'll make those things, when you say it or write it down, to your reality. Sorry, go ahead.
And so I think that with this book is like, it's so repetitive, and it talks about the same thing of how, and I think that it force manifests the idea of thinking that I'm going to go, like, I think it actually closes the gap from thinking to doing. You get tired of thinking of things or hearing it often, then you just end up going and doing. Yahoo Van's poet wordsmith's on here, man. I'm telling you what, he's got a great YouTube channel.
What does he do? Can we let's pull his channel up, man?
Yahoo Van's poet's got a
can we pull his channel up?
Yeah.
And we'll talk through it, man. Yeah. And maybe can he jump on, or no? He's
y'all been poet, can you come on? Let me know if you can come on. I'll send you an invite here. But his channel is very, very, very interesting. I love the content that he puts out. It's just really let me pull it up on YouTube. I'm actually gonna share this with you all.
Yeah, let's look at it, man.
Yeah, man, I'm about to. You're really have you not seen his channel?
I haven't seen his channel, man. Like I haven't seen his channel. And you know what? I watch a lot of YouTube. You know, like right now the genre I'm watching is a lot of kid shows and those kind of things. But I do linger on other things too because I'm interested in a lot of different things. Like Montez says that, you know, that knowledge base that you guys have. You know, we all have like a lot to bring to the plate. You know what I'm saying? You know, and regardless of what lot in life or what things that we've had or, you know, or what country we're coming from, you know, like I think we can always learn. That's why I love international traveling. You know, on our channel, the Ohana Girls Guide to Life, we do have some vacations that we've done, international vacations that we've done when we lived overseas. Hopefully we could do a lot more, and go check those out. Those are pretty cool. So, okay, let's look at his video.
All right, this is Yahoo Poets, Yah's poet, Yahuwah, the poet wordsmith. Have such a hard time saying his screen name, but this is one that I personally like myself. It's so moving to me. It's called Diamond in the Rough. So I hope you all enjoy this composition. And this is really nice, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you come over to his channel, subscribe, and check him out because this stuff here is pretty good.
Ooh. Yah, hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Told the Yah of Yahuwah through his son Yahusha, which means all praise be the Father to his son, son who was the Christ. But anyway, though, Shaban, Yah's poet Leon ben Yehuda, the poetic expounder, the poetic wordsmith coming all up at you at this evening. Thank you all once again for tuning in to another live direct poetical show. As always, thank you all who may see this and tune in and everything. Thank you for listening. So anyway, though, definitely coming to you at this hour, upon this evening, on this week alone. You know, first and foremost, I definitely had a mind to just start, I definitely had a mind to start cutting it up and just start, lyrically chopping things up, but definitely feel led to, go in a different direction this time around on this week alone, though. But anyway, definitely need encouragement, all the encouragement we can get, I know I do, but all of us. Nevertheless, though, maybe you might need something. Maybe you might need something. I don't know who you are and where you are, but maybe you might need something. And this particular piece I'm about to bring to you is a little, a rendition I did a couple of years ago. I just redid it just recently, But anyway, though, I'm about to come to you at this present time, and the name of this composition is called Diamond in the Rough. And no matter what life throws at you, no matter what you're feeling, no matter what you may go through, no matter what you may deal with or feel, spiritually, physically, mentally, or even socially. Sometimes socially can be a drag, if you know what I'm saying. Anyway, this composition is called Diamond in the Rough. And I pray that you'll be blessed by the words in this rhyme. You know what I'm saying? So let's get right into it. Hallelujah. Let's get right into it. All right, here we go. First things first, let's drink a little, take a little sip break before we begin. Yeah, no doubt. Whew, all right, to my throat. All right, here we go. I definitely pray that you all find this to be a blessing. All right, here we go. Check this out. Yeah, and it goes a little something like this. Here we go. Check it out. People, I just want you to know that you're a diamond in the rough. Despite matters that are more than enough, leaving you in a huff. I pray you find comfort through all the questionable stuff. People, I just want you to know you're a diamond in the rough. No doubt about it. All right, you already know the drill. Let's keep it going. You already know. Let's keep it going. All right, people, I just want you to know you're a diamond in the rough. We serve a Yah or an Elohim who's mighty, who afflicts his buff. Yeah, he's loving and merciful as a pillow puff. We have the victory through Yahusha when the enemy dares to place us in a cuff. People, I just want you to know you're a diamond in the rough. You know what? Just let that sink in, you know. All right, let's keep it going. Last verse. Last verse. All right, people, I just want you to know you're a diamond in the rough. Stand firm when the haters think to call your bluff. Hold on to your integrity and don't settle for the world's guff. May our God strengthen you through these times that can be down. It's so tough. People, I just want you to always know you're a diamond in the rough. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. So, as always, you know, this concludes this composition. I pray that you all definitely enjoyed it and you were blessed by the lyrical composition in this and everything. You know, I found it to be a blessing just reciting it to you all. So this is a definitely relatively short one, you know, for this week. And so this is it for now. And you know, most high one, I'll definitely be back next week. And yes, we're going to definitely chop it up for sure. And the intensity is going to be turned up several notches. I'm going to pull no punches, not going to hold back, and I'm just going to just tell it like it is, man. Tell it like it is, no doubt. Tell it like it is, man. So, all right, though. Anyway, this concludes this piece for now, and I pray you all have a very, very blessed continue to encourage and uplift, pray with one another. You know, hallelujah. And those that, you know, they'll be spending time with your family and friends and everything, definitely make the most of it. Because, you know, rather than all this materialism and all this, you know, crap that goes, you know, people, you know, crap that all the hype they put into, you know, that's put into all this, you know, all this nonsense. Definitely make friends and family, you know, worthwhile than all this materialism and all this nonsense that goes on. You know what I'm saying? But anyway,
so like that's
hallelujah, man.
Hallelujah, man. I tell you what, isn't he?
Hey, that's real, dog. You know, like he's chopping it up. You know, and I loved when he said, like, you know, the family thing. You know, the greatest work we'll ever do is in the walls of our own home, man. You know, that's the greatest thing. You know, and he's just being real. Could you imagine chopping that up and putting music to that? I mean, he's a poetic genius, you know, but you throw some music on that? Whew, that's crazy. And, you know, and he's putting it up on, you know, because he's using a phone to record. And that's proof to you. You could do YouTube, but you could throw it on your phone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's the content, you know, like it's real.
He's so, like, adamant with it. And you can hear
I love it.
Words. Like, but I found him through commenting on other people's YouTubes. I found him through, you know, looking. So for anyone else, you know, if you're looking to, and he's actually in the chat room right now. So you know, I built.
Can we bring him on? Can he bring on? Can he come on?
I asked him. I don't know if he'll be able to or not. I know that.
Okay.
You know, he said. So far, he said, I got one coming for you soon, and he's talking about he's got another upload coming.
Okay.
He said it's nice.
Well, I'm definitely going to subscribe today. I subscribe to a lot of people, but I'm definitely going to subscribe today, man.
Yeah, he's a really good guy, man. His stuff's awesome, man. But
I feel uplifted, and you know, he talks about encouraging others. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's not just about him. You know, like he's bringing it to you. You know, he's bringing the word. You know, and Elohim. You know, the Father. You know, and basically, you know, understanding that, you know, that power, whatever religion, because, you know, like I know we have many religions out here listening and those kind of things too, but, you know, my Christian background and Montez Christian value, we can appreciate that, whatever value there, whatever higher being, you know, that we can look at, you know, we need to encourage our brothers and sisters out there, you know, and, you know, and I think that's what, you know, that's what society wants to do. They want to break down those relationships. They want to break down those family relationships, you know? And I think it's kind of like a castle, you know, like you have a moat around it and you have like the door. And what is the one place that people try to come into your house or come into your castle? They go through your door, and whatever we let into our life is what's gonna make us who we are.
Yeah.
And I think like just that little words and little short, poetry, and coming to it and then he explains it to you in such a poetic manner. Like the poetry was poetic, but the way he described it was poetic. And he was doing his own thing. I've never seen anything like that.
No.
I've never seen anything like that. But he's doing his own thing, man. And I enjoy that. I can't do that.
All the way in its own lane. It's all the way in its own lane. Like,
I want to put some music onto it. I think we need to drop some track on that.
It would be cool, man.
He's a lyrical genius, man. He kind of reminds me of Jim Morrison in some way. Jim Morrison always thought of himself as a poet before a musician. Not that their genre is totally different in a lot of lights, but I could see that true artist in him and stuff like that, and it's heartfelt. You can't fake that, dude.
No.
Can you fake it, man? They say fake it till you make it, but that doesn't last that long, man.
You can go so long faking until you make it, but if you're gonna fake it till you make it, you better be learning as you go. Because if you can't apply after, then someone's gonna call bullshit, and they're gonna call it so hard on you, and you're gonna
And let me tell you, there are wolves out there, man. There are wolves that can fake it real good. You know what I'm saying? There's some wolves, but you'll know at the end, you'll know. You know what I'm saying? Because the higher, not the Illuminati, but like the higher beings are telling them exactly. They're just puppets, man, and they're just playing a role, and we need more people that are just real out there, just cutting up real and stuff like that, and being themselves, being their authentic self, and I think that draws people, man. That really draws people.
Well, I tell you what, my daughter's waking up in the background. How about we you said next Friday we'll get back on and do this.
Oh, this Friday? Let's do it this Friday. Are you open on this Friday?
Whenever you're ready, we can do it whenever.
Dude, I'm ready all the time, man. I'm straight stoked. But anyway, if everyone could put comments of your channel out there, on this thing, we want to watch your stuff. Saying it's not about subscribing to me and subscribing to Montez. That's not the important thing. The point is building that relationships and like whether you subscribe to us or whether you agree with us, like, hey, say you disagree with this, like that, the comment of great video and stuff like that, we appreciate that, but we want a collaboration here, like we want to build a YouTube family out there that's going to be helping each other out and spreading the hallelujah out there like that. And making a difference in this world, man. And if you're just doing it for the money, like that's not what's the important is. Time is important. And like Montez says, he's taking care of his daughters is important, and I got to do some laundry. So, and that's my glamorous life of a YouTuber, right?
Yeah,
doing the laundry, like this, but I love it. I wouldn't trade it for the world because I get to go pick up my girls and they love me and they give me a hug. They could care less how many subscribers I have.
Right.
They could care less. They could care less how much likes I have. They could care less. They could care less how much merchandise I sell and stuff like that. But the time I spend with them is worth more than anything in the world.
Powerful stuff. Powerful stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Montez from itsmontez.com.
And this is Chemo.
I hope you all enjoyed this upload. Make sure you go in the description box. I got Ohana Girls Guide to Life in there. And when you click on their channel, there's also not suggested channels, but related channels, and you click that.
And read the comments. We didn't get into the comments because I want to hit that on the Friday how we do comments. So if you are missing that one, I think we'll get to the point right away.
But what we want, we'll talk about that when we get off, because I think that now that you get this picture that we've been talking about, now that you see that this is real, I think that now we can actually start talking about next steps on what we want to do for the class. But ladies and gentlemen, it's Montez from itsmontez.com. That's Chemo. You're all going to definitely be connecting with us, hearing more from us, and we're going to be collaborating. So if you need anything,
and Mr. Fifth, if you're watching, come on. We want to see you.
Yeah.
I want to see Mr. Fifth. Where's he at?
He'll. I'll get him on.
Hey, and I'm not taking over. You're the OG of this channel, man. Like, we're gonna let you be the OG, man.
I'll make sure to get him on to the next one or something soon. Like, he's actually online now, so he was on 3 minutes ago. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you all need anything, got any comments, leave it in the comment box. We will be having more of this stuff come on, and description box got all the links.
And when you look through the comments, make sure you're looking at everyone else's channel too. Okay, give some love out there.
Yeah. That's how you're going to grow. And we'll actually start talking on that again. Like I said, we're going to have more stuff to spill out for you. Ladies and gentlemen, itsmontez from itsmontez.com. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share. If you don't do that, you are not going to be able to keep up. Duh.